Happy New Year, CMBA family. In case you have not met me yet, I am Jamie Rogers. I am the new associational missions strategist. For some of you folks who have been around Baptist Life for a long time, you will know that the title has changed. They used to call us the Director of Missions, but I'm Jamie Rogers, and I am the new associational missions strategist here for the CMBA. With this being a brand new year, we are going to try something a little bit different for this new year. Instead of me typing up my newsletter articles, we're going to utilize a little bit of digital new technology, right? Well, not new anymore, but just going to try to record videos for my monthly updates, just so that you all can hear from me and see what's going on a little bit around the CMBA. Of course, most of you know I started at the very end of August and took those first 3 months just trying to figure out what in the world does this new role entail, how do I do what I've been called to do, all of those sorts of things. And it's been a really good time of learning and just trying to figure out all of the ins and outs of what the CMBA looks like. And of course, nowhere near complete on that. And however, with having 3 months of just thinking through and praying through and learning what the CMBA can look like, we have decided to reorganize and to restructure some of our organization and our leadership team for this coming up new year. And so that was what I wanted to tell you about in this newsletter this month, here with it being the January newsletter. So starting in January, starting this month, we are moving to this new organizational structure. And the reason that we're doing that is because I think it's going to help us serve you all as the church, the local church, better as an association. So we are here to serve you all, and I think it's going to help us really narrow our focus so that we can do better what God has called us to do. And so with that being said, let me just explain to you some of what this new organization is going to look like and who is going to be leading the different teams as we are moving to a team focused format. And so to begin with, we're going to utilize three different teams. We're going to have a pastoral encouragement team. We are going to have a church health and resources team. And then we are finally going to have, last but not least, an Acts 1-8 missions team. And like I said earlier, I think that's going to help us serve you all better. And I think it's going to help us organize better the mission that God has called us to as an association, as a family of churches. So let me just walk back through those a little bit and tell you who's going to be leading those teams, some of what you can expect here this coming up year as we put this new organization to work. And so to begin with our pastoral encouragement team, somebody whom you all are very familiar with, Andre Rogers, Dr. Andre Rogers is going to be leading our pastoral encouragement team. One of the things we're doing right off the bat to begin this year is that we are organizing pastoral times to get together, times for our pastors to get together just to be encouraged, just to spend time with each other. And so we're doing that once a month. We're going to be doing that on the second Thursday at 10 a.m. Every month. And so we're going to have a time of just, we're reading a book together, we're discussing that together, just a time of discipleship and encouragement, like I said, for our pastors. It's just one of the things that we're going to be doing this year to try to encourage our pastors. The second team that we've got is going to be led by another guy who has been on our staff for a while now, David Wagner, and he is going to be the team leader for our church health and resources team. And David has spent his entire, or much of his ministry life, helping churches think through how they can carry out the Great Commission better as a church family. And so I am so excited about having having David on our staff. He and I are going to be going through some training this year that's going to help us to bring together and then to be able to some of our knowledge and then to be able to help carry out just coming alongside some of our churches just to do revitalization, refreshers, and those kind of things. And so we already have discussed having several sessions where we're just going to get leaders together and be able to have people in the room who can learn from some of those leaders who are actually in our association. And so excited about working alongside Andre and David in our pastoral encouragement team and our church health and resources team. And then, as I said, last but not least, we are excited about this new missions team focus. We are calling it the Acts 1-8 missions team. Robbie McAllister, somebody that you all know once again very well, is going to be leading that team. And Robbie and I both have this heart for seeing people who are outside of the walls of our churches reached with the gospel of Jesus. That is what Jesus has left us here on the earth to do, is to reach these some 400,000 people who are in our CMBA footprint that don't know Jesus yet. And it's so important for us to encourage you all as our local church to be taking that message of the gospel to these people who are, most of them are not planning, and they will not come to any church service this coming up year. And so we know the Great Commission, right? Has Jesus told us not to wait on them to come to us, but for us to go to them. And so some of this team is going to be spending time just helping to develop strategies on how we can encourage churches, I think, to do that more effectively here, not only this year, but in the years to come. So with it being the Acts 1-8 missions team, you know that Acts 1-8 says, Jesus says, you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and you will be my witnesses both in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and, that's the key word, to the uttermost parts of the earth. And so this mission that Jesus has given us is not, hey, we've got to reach Columbia and then we go on, or, that's not the word he uses. He says, man, you're going to be my witnesses everywhere. And so some of our strategy is gonna revolve around doing mission here, all across the CMBA area, but also across the state of South Carolina, across our nation, and then ultimately across our world. And so underneath, as part of our Acts 1-8 missions team, I'm so excited about Jay Wilson. Jay Will, most of you all know him as that. Pastor of City of Refuge, one of our church plants. Jay Will is going to be working alongside of Robbie McAllister, and he is going to be our church planting catalyst here in our city, in our area. And so excited about what God is putting together here at the CMBA so that we can best serve you all. And so this year, let's be on mission together. This is what Jesus has called us to, and we want to do that together. And I hope that you're going to see as the CMBA family comes together, man, we can accomplish this mission better together than we can separately. And so God bless you guys as we carry out this mission this coming up new year here, 2023. May God bless you immensely this year.